And I asked a lot of people, like, do you think you have your shit together? I even asked people that were graduating from med school to, invested 12 years of their life. And they're like, oh, fuck no. I don't have it together. Ask more people that, and it's just a common answer that you get. And
You feel old yet?
Yes or no? I mean, I know I'm old, but I don't feel old.
Yeah, but
at the same time, I know I'm old.
Yeah, but my boy be out here keeping us youngins alive, safe and well. We're just over here trying to figure out life as we go on. And honestly,
don't get old, kids. It's a trap.
Yeah, don't get old. But today is currently November 3rd, November 4th. Yeah, November 4th. And it's been like about a week since my birthday. We just went through Halloween, which was a fun time. And yeah, we're just out here living. Like, at the end of the day, we're just trying to put things together. Like, this is an ongoing thing. We're trying to keep this thing going, and just make the most out of it, really. But today we have a really special guest that I want to put on, and that I want to just show. And I have here because honestly, she's really talented, and I'm a big fan of what I've heard, and I'm excited for everything else that's yet to come. So, without further ado, Meg Defantem.
Hey, you got cute. Hey, we got effects. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, you know?
Belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Man.
Wish you would have came, but it's all good. It's all good. Honestly, there was a lot of people that didn't end up coming, but at the end of the day, it's
fuck all those people, including myself.
Fuck all of them. Nah. But it's all good. Honestly, it was a good time regardless, and there's always next year.
That's good, man. I'm glad you. Hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
But
maybe next year. I didn't make it. Maybe next year.
He's my roommate. He still didn't make it.
He saw you in the bathroom in the next morning.
Yeah,
He's like, "Oh man,
I was hiding."
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, we all. Hey, at the end of the day, we had breakfast the next day, and it's like the recovery. We were like still. I feel like we probably woke him up. To be honest, we were out here making noise.
I'm like, who the hell is in this house making all this damn noise? I'm trying to get some sleep.
See, that's an old man saying right there. Yeah. It sounds like old man.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, but Meg, actually, one of the first memories I have of you is actually, I think the first time we met was at actually your performance at the coffee shop, Serenade Coffee.
That closed down. Yeah,
they closed.
R.I.P. Yeah, they closed down like 4 or 5 months ago.
Damn.
Sadly.
So that was we met a while ago then.
Yeah, like a little bit,
Yeah.
It's funny that you say a while ago, because I do feel like 5 months is like a long time. Yeah. I look back in June and I was like, whoa. It's not, in retrospect, it doesn't feel like that much time has passed, but it feels like that much time has passed.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But yeah, I saw you there. But before then, I think you already looked familiar. And you were sitting by yourself in the corner, but then you knew all the rest of the people that I was with.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where we started connecting. And we were talking earlier before we started turning on the mics. You were saying that you like to learn about other people's lives. And I remember we were eating Korean barbecue after that. And you were just like asking a whole bunch of questions and just taking a personal survey for everything, which is not a bad thing, because I love that. You were like a Yelp review.
Yelp review.
And so I remember that was the day that we really kind of kicked it.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the reasons that I do all this, like, because I really enjoy other people's stories. Like, I'm genuinely a fan of other people's podcasts, and I watch so many, whether it's something like The Breakfast Club or some normal podcast, and I just enjoy.
The Breakfast Club, though?
Yeah. The Breakfast Club.
One?
That's
Is
like
it
the hip hop one.
No.
Oh, hey, shout out to Morning Dinner. Honestly, like the local. That's another local podcast here in Las Vegas, and I admire everything that they've done from a branding perspective. I think what they've done with like the fruit and the layouts are amazing, honestly. So shout out to you guys. You guys are really putting in the work and doing great. Have you been on that one?
No, but if I was to be on there, I want my fruit to be a mango.
Okay, hey, there you go.
Mangoes.
Mango sounds good.
My nickname is, my friends gave me the nickname Mango Magic. Remember the other show that you came through for at the other coffee shop at Pour? I brought everybody dried mangoes.
Yeah.
That was a great night.
Sounds good right now.
Oh man, everything sounds good to you because you're hungry.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. I literally woke up Tony maybe like 20 minutes before Meg got here. Like literally, I woke him up. He was passed out. Like I called him, his phone was dead. I didn't even think he was here. I opened his door. This man's like passed out on his bed. I'm like, damn.
At least you gave him 20 minutes before, you know.
Yeah.
If you would have woke him up like, yo, an hour earlier, you
I would be like, man, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, one of the biggest things with this show regarding is that this is something we put together and we're really doing like on our downtime, I guess. And whenever we have time available, we're putting everything together. We care about it, and we're putting our effort into it, and we're doing the most. But at the same time, we don't want it to get in the way of what we do, like in our actual lives. So it's kind of something that we do on the side that we love to do. Yet it doesn't distract focus of everything else.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that I really like about it. But yeah, like you said, I like listening to people's stories and just knowing what people go through and what I find it interesting. Just the journey, you know, that's the whole point of this, the Creative Hills. And with that being said, what is your journey? Like where does it all start with you, I guess, when it comes to singing? How did you even get into singing?
Well, I grew up in the Philippines and I didn't really start singing there. I moved here in 2012.
Okay.
And I was just already done with high school because you finish a little bit earlier back home in the Philippines. And I just started working. Music didn't come to me until I started going to open mics. Mm-hmm. And I remember my first open mic was when I was 19. And it was actually at the LGBT Center downtown. And from that, you know, I just, by myself at home, since I just moved here, didn't know anybody, I just played, you know, music at home, just played my guitar, borrowed my cousin's guitar. I love Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is like probably the main person that really inspired me to songwrite more.
Yeah.
And also Adam Sandler, just like the funniness. He's actually an amazing musician. Do you know about like a little bit about his music?
He tried to be a musician before he became successful at comedy, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So he kind of combined the two together.
Like, yeah, like me and Indy were actually talking the other day that like surprisingly like magicians and comedians all want to be musicians, and then musicians want to be comedians, and like it's just funny how that kind of plays out in the world, you know?
I kind of agree with that. I definitely want to just fuck around and do some comedy because I know I'm never going to have a career in it. So it's kind of nice to just embarrass myself and not have that expectation of, oh, this is going to go somewhere. It's not.
You never know.
Maybe, right? I never knew about music either. So now here we are, we're trying to pursue it. So that's where it kind of started from, going to open mics, having people that saw kind of like potential and inspired me to just be like, to keep going with that. And I ran with it. And that's been 4 years ago. So then after going to open mics, I just continued to do that consistently. And I got snuck into a lot of places that, you know, like didn't let me in yet because I wasn't 21. Yeah, I was underage at the time. So doing, you know, a couple years of just all free shows, saying yes to everything that you can, because then that leads you to different avenues of people that can actually get you introduced to other people that they know if they like you enough. If you have, you know, the drive to do it, of course you have to have some sort of talent around it too. And yeah, that's kind of how it started. And now I get gigs and, you know, some of them pay, some of them I do because I want to do it because I believe in something. Yeah. But most of it now is like, it's an ongoing, Creative Hills. It's like an ongoing, you know, trajectory, an ongoing thing that you have to continue to do. So now here we are. And I love, like, one of the things I really love is your songwriting. Like, I don't know if you consider yourself a good songwriter, but just from the songs I heard were like amazing. Like, I guess, you know, when Billie Eilish released the song "Wish You Were Gay," that reminded me of your song, but yours was quite. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it reminded me of you. Cause
no. It reminded me of your. It reminded me of that one. Get it? No, it reminded me of that. It reminded me of that one song. I forgot. I think it's called "Super Straight." I believe.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, but except yours was like quite literally
falling in love with it. Hers was, she wanted somebody that she liked that was a dude to just be gay because he wasn't into her like that. But yeah, that "Super Straight" song is based on a real occurrence in my life about liking a straight person and struggling with that.
How often does that occur to you in your life?
Well, a lot. I've been rejected a lot by straight people because you don't know.
Yeah.
And I never have the assumption of like, oh, I'm not going to talk to this girl because she seems straight, because you never know. Like you absolutely got to take yourself out of that mindset. And I'm also a big believer of loving whoever you want to love. And so that way of thinking gets me into like, oh, this person does look straight, but maybe they're not, you know, because you don't know. Like there's there's a side of that where they're just really nice. And there's a side of that maybe they just want to be curious and mess around. And there's a side of that maybe they're just playing around with you and they don't actually feel you the same way you feel them. So I get in trouble with that a lot. But
You say I get in trouble with that a lot?
Yeah, I get in trouble with that a lot. Like especially like, you know, getting into things that, you know, are a waste of my time because of it. And
You feel like you invest time and then it turns out into nothing.
And it turns out into you're just fucking vapor.
I feel like that would suck. And then I can't even imagine, like, there's probably like a lot of like awkward moments or awkward times within that.
Not awkward, more like heartbreaking times. Because then in order for that to be awkward, it's just like you're still in the guessing point. But then when it actually has already been like, oh yeah, I like you back, you know, so the person says, and then it happens to be that they were just fucking with you. It's not just a liking a straight person thing. It's like everybody that's ever gone to have the guts or the balls to like talk to somebody in that way. It's hard to put yourself out there in that.
That's true. But at the end of the day, it's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Therefore, shoot your shot all 2020, guys. Like if you guys are listening 2019, for the rest of 2019, just shoot your shot. Like what's the worst that could happen at the end of the day? They say no?
Yeah, no, for real. I agree with that because I always used to think a couple things. One person that I've read in a book somewhere said, every no that you get is a no that you don't have to worry about on your way to an inevitable yes.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Anonymous or somebody.
Anonymous.
But another thing that I really like that always like gives me the courage to kind of do things that are hard. What was it? That was it.
You said that was it. That was it.
There was another thing I forgot. It'll come to me later.
Honestly, that's one of the things I've also like kind of, I feel like a lot of times I'm a sponge and I kind of like taking things from other people and just.
You have to.
Exactly. And that's life at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then like what we just talked about, like you are a combination of all the things that you've seen, you've learned, you've liked, and you've taken in over the years of however long you've existed.
Yeah.
And all of that together is how you express yourself in the world.
Yeah, definitely. I remember like a few years ago, like I was definitely very scared of rejection. I was terrified about it. And there were so many things I didn't do because I was always scared of like, maybe it's I would always think about the no rather than the yes. And little by little, just life experiences, surrounding myself with people like Tony. Like this man does not care. Like he'll shoot a shot regardless. And like at the end of the day, he says like, shoot your shot. Like shoot your shot all year long, right, Tony?
Yeah, I have no fucks when I'm sliding that DM. It is what it is.
He's sliding. Man.
That's the mentality. You have to have that because then you know, you get into business situations or like things that involve your craft and you can just take the same, you know, mindset and apply that to that. You know, just like it's a numbers game too, you know, all of it is. I definitely
no doesn't always mean no.
No,
it might
just
mean
not
no.
right now.
It might mean no at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You know, but
no's can turn into yeses. I've actually experienced a lot of no's turning into yeses. Like in this moment, maybe that person doesn't fuck with you, but all of a sudden, like something happens, or they start to hear about you a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like, hey.
Yeah, man. They what's that Cardi B song? Clout.
Hey, there you go. Clout.
They hear some clout around you, and they want to get around that.
How often do you use your voice as a tool for I guess
for bait?
Yeah.
Almost never works for me.
Really?
I don't know.
Why is that?
I don't know that it does. I've never really just like, cause when you're that person, you know, when you have that talent, you don't want to let that be the only thing that defines you. I feel like
you're right.
I don't want to just be like, you know, like you want to be my friend because I'm a musician. I'm more of like substance over that because, you know, there's some perks, like definitely like you get around other people that are doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
And then you get to learn from them and how they, you know, like navigate through this world being a creative, a musician. But if that's the only thing, then I would fear for myself.
Definitely. I think that's scary nowadays. Like having people like you just for what you do rather than who you are. I think that's really scary. Like,
because it's like being friends with a rich kid just because they're rich. That's kind of like that's same mindset.
The best way you could have put it. Like in this example, like when I used to, honestly, I don't consider myself a photographer at all anymore. But at one point I did, and Tony does now. And just during that, it's like people expected us to show up with cameras everywhere. And it's just like, I remember going to events and all of a sudden we'd be there and someone would be like, what's up, bro? Where's your camera? And then I'm just like, yo, like I came here just to hang out. Like,
yeah, but I can't, you can't, I was listening to this comedian and she talks about the same thing. And I just use analogies to kind of like I guess compare the situation. So she's a famous comedian. Her name is Eliza Schlesinger. Freaking love her. I listen to her podcast. I listen to her Netflix special. Okay. And what she talks about a lot in her podcast is that, you know, she's married now. So people ask a lot about like, when are you going to have kids and all that shit. And she just always says like, I'm going to engage with it when I'm ready. I'm going to engage with it when I think I want to have kids. And so bottom line is what she always says, that people always ask, people will ask because it's not that they really, you know, care or want an answer from you. It's just they ask because they have nothing else to say sometimes. You know, and it's like, oh, where's your camera, man? It's just like, it's just the initial thing. Like they just feel awkward.
They don't know how to approach you.
Yeah. And they don't know what else to like ask you about in your life. So, you know, it could be that and just like throw it back at them. It's just like, I didn't know I needed to bring a camera at this event just to be here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's just kind of like those things that you can throw back at them. If that bothers you like that.
Yeah, my boy Tony knows all about that life, right?
Yeah. It's like, are you inviting like the photographer Tony, or you inviting who you inviting? You know, who are you inviting? Yeah.
Actually, I've never had that instance where like, oh, where's your guitar? Like, you know, I pull up to events, like be like, are you gonna sing? Are you gonna put? Sometimes it happens, but it's like most of the time, it's just nice to just sit back and be like, you know, I'm out just.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, like as much as I like I love like photography and videography, like I do it like almost every day, and like when I don't want to do it, I don't want to think about it. You know, like I don't want to, you know, like be around it. Not that I don't like it, but it's like
I
like it so much that I don't want it to like be my life. You
exactly.
know? Like,
and what do you guys think about that? Because you know, people always say like, oh, when you love something, you got to do it every single day and work at it. But at the same time, like as creatives, you need a break from that. You don't want it to be because you know, letting something that you love as much as what you do. You know, you get tired too.
Yeah, definitely.
No, definitely. And I've definitely taken breaks from it. Like, you know, if I need to take a week off of just picking up my guitar, I will. Or if I just want to say no to a couple things, you know, within the month, then I will just to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I like just doing random things. One of the biggest things I think I'm doing now compared to when I was younger is that I feel like I definitely let loose like so much compared to before. I was very like a goody or very like not necessarily closed-minded, but I used to be against doing certain things. And now I'm just like, I realize I have to live life. And by that, I mean, just like going out, exploring, getting into whatever you have to live through. And like at the end of the day, like in our case, like music, you can only make music through life experiences. Like, like if you try to make music and you're not living at all, you have nothing to write about.
Facts. Because I'm definitely, well, there are some people that are great, like storytellers. They learn about somebody's story and they can just like see it through their eyes and like write about it. I feel like that to me kind of doesn't, you know, like click as much because I'm that person. Like I need to live out those experiences so I can internalize it and I actually can understand how that feels and I can make it, you know, like from pen to paper. I can actually bring that to life because I don't know. I'm not that smart to where I could just know what a feeling is like without even experiencing it firsthand. Some people can. You know, I don't know how those people do that, but that's amazing. I can't do that.
Yeah, definitely. What are some of like your distractions? Like what do you like to do for fun or just I don't know, just I noticed that a lot of times whenever I'd go downtown like late at night, all of a sudden we'd run into each other just randomly.
I like doing everything. I like doing everything. I like I don't know, you invite me to just go hiking or just like stuff like that. It doesn't have to be, I don't like to quantify what I do. I don't just like certain things all the time. Like I
Okay.
want it to
Switch
be
it
ever
up.
changing, switch it up. I don't want it to be the same things. I love though, when I feel stressed out or anything like that, I skate around downtown a lot.
Okay, you
I look
skater.
at I longboard. I skate around
okay.
downtown a lot and just look at art and there's always new murals that pop up every time. And just when you think that there's no more space on buildings, I guess new buildings come up too and they paint it, you know, but like, it's amazing. Like what they've done down there. You know, have you seen the new Ferguson spot lately? The amphitheater that they built?
No.
Oh man, it's dope. Like they lit it up at night. It's like a whole like stage and it's got like little steps that you can sit on and there's a coffee shop there. There's a balcony that has like little things hanging up there with a lot of colors. It got all the stores opening up there. It's definitely getting popping up there.
Yeah, I like how evolving everything is. Like the whole city, everything is just changing up. You never know what you'll find. Like all of a sudden, there's a new bar, there's a new place, there's a new venue. Like I just like
New
how
coffee shop. Oh, that's what I
coffee
like
shop.
to do. I love going to coffee shops, man. Love coffee.
What's the best coffee shop in town?
I don't know. You can't. I mean, are they going to be a sponsor?
Shit, hey, hit us up. No, but like I've only gone to I've only gone to basic ass ones. Like everyone keeps talking about like Gabby's. I think
Yeah,
I've never been
pretty
there.
cool. The only thing that's nice about them is their drinks, and the food is horrible.
Really? I heard it looks
disgusting.
I heard it's more like because of the environment.
It's expensive too, man.
Oh yeah, this food is expensive.
Like pricey.
Like
I know.
I pay like
I was like,
$11.
I know.
I pay like $11 plus tax for like a sandwich that's just like, you know, the lettuce is like a week old or something, and with like the ham just like somewhere from Albertsons or something. I don't know. I'm talking way too much shit about their food, but I did not like it. I like their tea. Tea's good. They have bottomless things, and then the coffee's good. The ambiance is very, very nice.
Yeah, that's what
That's the part that
I heard
I
was
like a
nice.
lot.
Yeah, just the whole vibe. I guess the whole, just the mood inside and the whole looks, the feeling, the environment. There you go. And that's yeah. But rest in peace to that sponsorship. But no, yeah. But
Sorry, not sorry.
sorry, not sorry.
Send us some coffee, if you guys want us to, say
Yeah,
some positive things
I
about
don't think
you.
they'll do that.
No.
man. After all that shit I said,
Not no more. But it's
just
all,
edit it out.
It's
Just-
all. Just we never said that. But like Tony, I know he likes, one of the things he likes to do is just fucking ride his bike. Like he'll be going and he'll just get lost in that. I think it's good to just get lost or just don't think of anything. Like clear your
There's a certain kind of
headspace.
liberation to that. I feel like I used to ride my bike in the Philippines like early in the morning. The city wouldn't be awake yet. Like everybody would start their day like later in the day.
So you're an early
And
bird.
yeah, well, that time I just woke up because I was just like I couldn't sleep, you know. And I just my mountain bike, just biked everywhere. Like it's a small city, like where I grew up in. Like I could bike it in like 2 hours. I think it's just like the whole thing. So that's what I did, and like it was just so freeing.
Yeah, biking is fun.
It's like you're going to another place without even leaving the town.
Right.
It feels great.
And you're exercising at the same time.
That too,
Meg.
Anthony.
So I'm looking at Spotify here, and you put out a song called "Highly,"
I did.
which I did listen to. It was maybe like a month ago that you put it out.
Yeah.
How's the feedback been on that?
It's pretty good, man. It's the first single. So, you know, with those things, you know, I have so much that I've written, and from where I'm starting right now, the process is very slow. But I don't know. It's a lot had to happen for me to realize like what I really wanted to do with my sound, and it needed to happen that way for me to realize, you know, like where I'm at. And so I know it is a slow process, but for me, but in retrospect, I think that whenever it happens is the perfect time that it happens, for me at least. I feel a lot more comfortable with performing the songs that I have now and what I envision them to be, because I'm working with a great person, my buddy Cameron Detman, also an amazing singer-songwriter, musician. Now he's starting to produce music.
Okay,
So
that's dope.
he produced my song Highly, and we took that out of he just, you know, put everything into the cyber realm.
Yeah.
Because it was a live band that I played with those same kind of like, you know, flows. And we took that and brought that to life. But yeah, the song that I have now, I'm really, really happy with it. The feedback's been amazing. People like it, and that's all I could ask for. And if they don't like it, I'm fine with that. I really, that does not stop me from just
Yeah, just gotta
putting
keep
out
going
content.
regardless. Like
No,
at the end of it, there's always gonna be people that don't like
of
what you do.
course, and I accept that all the same, and that's
Everybody's
okay.
entitled to their opinion.
Everybody is, and so for me, it's like I'm following a really great motivational speaker where he says like the reason why you feel low when you're low is because you give so much importance to the highs that people give you. And the thing is, you have to take both of them and just balance. You know, it's like you take the good, you thank them for that, and then you move on because you're only as good as the last thing that you put out. And so I'm only as good as that. I'm only as good as the last thing I did. I never really, that all doesn't like really hold, you know, but like an energy in motion stays in motion. So you just got to keep going. And that's what I envision.
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah, but one of the things that I noticed especially from like hearing you at coffee shops and performing at other places, you have a lot of songs that you've written and that you've performed. Do you ever plan on releasing some of that music as well, like going back and recording things that you've already made? For example,
Definitely.
like that Super Straight song. I honestly, I think that's an amazing song that a lot of people would relate to.
Absolutely, dude. I definitely want to put out more music, and that's going to happen next year. I have a vision for it. I have probably like 35 songs done.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And so all of them, a lot of people have heard, but it's time to just share that into a broader audience.
Yeah.
And whoever finds it, finds it. And my goal as an artist is just really to put out so much music before I leave. And that's it. That's my legacy. That's my gift to the world. That's what I've done. And also another goal of mine is just to make music that people can relate to. And then when they find it, you feel relief somehow because what I've gone through and what my truth is, I'm sure many people go through the same things like heartbreak and love and mental health issues and things that you feel just in your life. Like, you know, this young adult life is not easy. Like these are the defining moments of our lives that are really going to dictate who you are. And you don't know who you were going to be until you're about 30.
That's
so
true.
All this stuff that we struggle with, this is like we can all in this space like take from each and every single person's experience.
I love that. Do you ever find yourself in a rush, like in a rush to get somewhere, or feel like, damn, like you said you're 23 too, right? 1996 babies?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
But I'm gonna be 24 in January though. I'm a little bit older than you.
Okay, barely.
Yeah.
Barely. But for me, for example, there'll be times where like I feel old or I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at, like in this time and space. And then I think about it at other times. I'm like, I'm 23. Like I could be so like, I have other people telling me that are like 30 and they're like, damn, bro. They're like, I wish I was where you're at right now. And then I'm just like, I don't know. I guess there's just two sides to every story at the end. We're always, especially with social media, we compare ourselves to other people. And it's just like, I feel like it's tough. It's tough to be in that space mentally. But I guess little by little, like I find a way to stay more balanced and really just tell myself you got time. Like you got time, but don't waste that time. You know?
Yeah, we have time, but not much. I guess not much left, you know, like until we feel like, oh shit, like it's all coming down on you. But you know, like one of the great people that like is a really good comforting person to just talk in your ear about that kind of stuff is Gary V. Like, you know, like I just listened to one of his videos that he put out today, like talking to a guy that's 32 and like, he's like, should I start all these things now, man, and take risks now and all that stuff? And he's like, absolutely. Like being 32 as a young kid, when he was saying like at 32, I was putting away wine boxes from shelves because he was working at his dad's liquor place. And I like, for a good majority of people like myself that I didn't have support from like my family because they really don't agree with the things that I do because they see a different vision for me. And a lot of people relate to that stuff. So Gary V was one of the voices that kind of helped me keep going, you know, and that's why I was such a fan of him. And, you know, like every once in a while, I'll still like, you know, plug into his content because that's what helped me so much when I need a reminder of what I do,
Definitely.
why I do what I do. And then if I feel like I'm rushing, like I feel like I have to be somewhere now, but life is you play for the long game, you know? And like we were talking about earlier, it's like we're taught to pursue careers where we have to be in them for 50 something years and then we retire. And why would you put in that effort when you don't even like that stuff?
Yeah.
But there's a way for you to put in some effort in what you do too. If you work an 8-hour shift, what is it called? An 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
You can put some 5 hours into what you do a day,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that won't like really tear you apart or like be like, oh, this is too much, this is too stressful, I can't do it. Because you have to also treat it like it's a full-time job. And I definitely don't always apply that because I also get sidetracked. I also like to do other things.
Yeah.
And I also like to enjoy other things. But I'd like to pursue that and see where it could really take you, So
Yeah, definitely. Like we're people that really, I guess we're really like Tony right now. He's in the camera space. He just started getting into video not that long ago, which by the way, he's killing it at it right now, and he's doing a great job.
Book me, guys. Book me.
Hey, book my boy.
Yeah,
Hey, there you go. But no, yeah, and one of my biggest, I think, strengths and weakness at the same time is just that I like to do everything, and whenever I see an opportunity to do something, I do it. For example, podcasting. I remember I started this, like the original podcast that I tried doing maybe like 2 years ago before anyone was really doing it. And I did it by myself, not knowing anything. And luckily this time I have people like Tony and other people to really try and help out. And yeah, but I'm just all over the place. And sometimes I want to be able to double down more. But nowadays, this year, I let go of photography. I was like, all right, like I put so much time and effort into it. But at the end of the day, do I really want to do it? And the answer was no. What I want to do is music. Therefore, pretty much all my time just goes into that. And I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to focus on. And then side projects like this are going to be when I have time that's not dedicated to that going towards it, But it's tough figuring everything out. But at the end of the day, we're all on our journey. We're all just trying to get somewhere.
I was at an event this past weekend, a 3-day event, and a lot of it was like workshops and meditation and like really just like being more centered. Mm-hmm. And I asked a lot of people, like, do you think you have your shit together? I even asked people that were graduating from med school to, invested 12 years of their life. And they're like, oh, fuck no, I don't have it together. Ask more people that, and it's just a common answer that you get. And it's like, if you want to feel like you're not alone, like you really go out there and you put yourself out there, because some people will say, yes, I have it together, which I hope they do and really feel that. Some people will lie to you and say they do, but internally they don't.
Yeah, I agree on that.
And I'm not shitting on anybody if you have your shit together. That's amazing. But we all go through something that is going to make us feel like we don't have it all together. And that's what we can, as human beings can feel like, oh shit, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm not the only one.
I think no one truly has it figured out. I think we're all just kind of going about our lives doing
doing our best.
Yeah, we're doing our best for sure. But it's like at the end of the day, there's so many things we don't know, and we're just kind of navigating through it and doing our best, like you said. But yeah, like one of the things that helps me out personally is like meditation. You fuck with meditation?
I haven't gotten back into it yet, but I definitely did before. Now I haven't. Like that's one of the conversations I had with my buddy. I'm like, dude, like I'm experiencing like some negative thoughts again, and just like going back into that like same pattern of just like, I don't want to be there. It's like so much in my head all at once sometimes, and I'm like, I need something to just help me just like
calm and get away from everything. That's what
clarity.
helps me.
I need some clarity.
It helps you focus on like I realized whenever I meditated daily, I was always very clear on what I wanted, what I needed to do. And just by starting your day off like that helped me pretty much have a great day. And whenever I didn't, I realized I would slack off on things and I would just be like, maybe I should do it, maybe I don't. And it personally, it's just helped me. And that's one of the things that I really want to promote and help people get into it more. But at the same time, I kind of just, the way I live by is like, I'll say what I do and share my experiences. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to force things on anybody. Like, I'm not going to say, hey bro, do this. I'm going to say, hey bro, this is like, I'm going to share my experience. Like, I had a really good day today. Maybe you should try sometime if you want, but I'll never be like, you're coming. You get me? Like, I'll never force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's good that you don't like force anybody to do that, because I mean, at the end of the day, people will want to change for themselves. They'll want to make those healthy habits because they like, because something probably like me, like I'm experiencing some negative thoughts right now about just like different shit. Like, I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm just like, I need to find clarity and find out where it's coming from, so I could just like go back to the old like way that I had, you know, which was, I feel like, was better.
Yeah. At the end of the day, where do you see yourself? Like, is the ultimate goal music? Like, that's what you love to do more than anything, right?
Yeah.
And how big are your goals? How big are your ambitions? Like, do you want to be super famous, super rich? Do you just want to be able to make a living off of it? At the end of the day, what do you want to do with it, you know?
I mean, I'm open to all the possibilities. I can't really say for myself where it's going to take me. The best I can hope for is that I can still sing. I can still, you know, nothing happens to my hand, so I can still play music.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and will, you know, like God willing, like I never experience any bad accidents. So if I could just be staying like this and just be able to create and create more and create more, who knows what doors will open for me. I just, you know, I'm manifesting a lot of things where, of course, I have visions for myself where I do want to get on a platform where I could do this more and I can inspire more people and I could reach more people elsewhere other than this city. But in terms of getting super famous, I don't really care. If it happens, then I'll have to engage with it when it happens. I'm not really opposed to anything around that, because that is what you have to do if you want to get to that point.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
comes with
like
the territory.
you do. It comes with the territory. You're right, and you know, like ultimately for me, I just want to, you know, spread a message of like just as an example for me, because of the people that I saw in the music, like seeing, you know, Ed Sheeran, Adam Sandler, because of them, I was inspired to be a musician. So maybe if somebody can identify themselves with me and who I am as a person, as a gay immigrant, you know, who moved to the city not knowing that music was a possible thing for me, but because you keep going and you invest a lot of your time into it, that it could be a possibility for you, it could happen, you know. And I have so much work to do when it comes to that. Like, I have one single out. I have 2 other songs that are collaborations with other artists, Youth Fables, excuse me. And so there's a lot of work to be done, you know, and before I can jump to any conclusions, I have to make sure that I have my ducks in a row. And I understand that there's a certain level of grind to this, you know. So yeah, and it is a very competitive. I'm just one voice out of so many people, but all I can hope for is that my truth that I write about and that I sing about can relate to people and that they feel good through it, you know.
I fuck with that. What scares you, Meg?
What scares me?
What scares
so
you?
many things. I'm scared to lose the people that I love.
That's scary.
That's
honestly.
really scary. Yeah, the 2 things that I just mentioned. I'm scared to lose my voice, my ability to sing. I'm scared to lose the ability to play my guitar, my instrument. That's definitely high up there. Shit.
What scares you, Tony? What scares you, bro?
Like what she said,
You're like,
to lose the ones that you love.
I feel that, bro.
What else? I'm scared of
Scared of heights.
no, I love heights. No, I'm scared of
You ain't down to go.
I'm scared
You ain't down to
of-
go bungee jumping though.
oh no, we don't do bungee jumping. Skydiving. I'll do skydiving. I'm not doing bungee jumping. No.
Would you skydive, Meg?
Shit. I'm down for the experience. I'm trying to try it once and see how that goes.
You scared of heights then?
I'm scared of heights, yeah, but I rock climb, so it kind of helps out a little bit. But bungee jumping, that's a hard pass for me.
He said that's a hard pass.
Hard
I
pass.
don't do that.
So it's not just me that thinks bungee jumping is way scarier than skydiving. My reason behind it is
I
that
think so, because here's the thing. Like when you bungee jump, you go down here, and then you go and and then until it's over. But like skydiving though, it's like literally less than 5 minutes. I bet probably way less than that. Bop, and then you're done. It is like at one point it's just you're free falling, and it's the most beautiful thing I've heard from other people's experiences that you'll have. But yeah, bungee jumping, I don't fuck with it.
he said nah. It's not the question.
I don't know when that cord's gonna snap.
That's my thought.
Too. Hey, you seen those people that bungee jump from the stratosphere like in the summer?
Oh yeah.
It's like when you bungee jump, are you, like it's almost like you're gonna fucking catch on fire. It's so hot. Yeah.
Like
See
a
what
meter.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that honestly, but that's a good point. But I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's just you guys like to embrace your fears. Like what are some things that you used to be scared of that you're not scared of anymore? The dark. I used to be fucking scared of the dark when I was little. When I was little, like I couldn't go anywhere. Like I remember
scared of the dark.
Really? But I mean, I remember when I was little, like I would right before going to sleep, I would run to the light and turn it off, and then run to my bed with my eyes closed, and then just pass out.
Sounds like me right now. I'm so scared. I still sleep with the light on.
You have a nightlight?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, I have no light too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's not so, it's not so much of like I'm scared. It's just
a preference.
I don't want to sleep in pitch black. Like I don't want to like.
Tony.
Would you guys ever fuck with those? What are they called? Like
eye
the
masks?
sleep masks?
Yeah.
Sleep masks.
Yeah, I've used those.
Really?
I can't do that.
Does it make a difference in your sleep?
I don't know. I think it's more of like, I used to my room didn't used to have curtains, I guess. Because for the longest time I didn't put curtains on. Weird as fuck.
I heard that's actually really good, because it lets this natural sunlight wake you up.
That's why I had a sleeping mask on, because I didn't want it to wake me up.
Yeah, fuck that light. Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I know I'm lazy to put these curtains on, but I got to do something about this light.
Shit. I mean, I fuck with the light. I don't know. I feel like once I get burnt, feel the suntan, then I'm like, all right, time to start my day.
I use a nightlight. I don't care how hideous that sounds.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I want to be able to wake up and see where I'm, stepping, where I'm.
And I pee a lot at night. That's the one other thing too.
Oh, you guys take random? You guys get out of bed at 5 a.m, just 2 a.m?
Anytime that if your bladder wakes you up, you got to wake up and you got to take it to the bathroom.
Take it to the bathroom.
Hey.
That's one thing though. See, having a nightlight on is not as bad as peeing your bed. That's. I don't know if there's still adults that pee their bed. Not much that will admit it, probably. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that in my life, to be honest. Maybe when I was little, probably. But one of the things that I heard is that actually, I guess peeing in your pants as an adult is a common thing. I heard that recently.
Yeah.
That
happened to you last weekend.
Really? No.
But yeah, I heard somewhere that supposedly it's a common thing, and it's just damn.
Where's this at?
I don't know, bro. I heard that somewhere around the street, and I'm just damn,
around the street, huh?
Yeah.
These streets we talking.
Are these bums that are saying this?
It was probably said. It was probably said about by a bum.
By a bum.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, it's a regular thing,
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't give a fuck about my shit, my hygiene anymore. Yeah. It's regular. See it? You want to see? Here.
You want to see? Nah, but all those times that I see you downtown, what usually I just remember getting a tap on my shoulder, and all of a sudden it's Meg, and I'm just one of the things that I realized, I feel like most of the time I was probably pretty drunk, if not pretty tipsy, whenever you do that. I feel like sometimes I would just talk about randomest shit, and then I feel like I would go on and on and on, and you'd be like, all right, Anthony, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye, peace. Yes or no? How's that happen? I feel like that's probably happened before.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm so happy you're aware of that, because then don't bother me. I'm just kidding. Don't bother me.
Don't bother me. Don't bother me.
Yeah. I'm playing. No, it has happened, but the only time that I really tell you that I have to go is because my friends are leaving me, and then they're making the executive decision on where we're going, because I don't really care to go into bars downtown that much. The most places that I hang out are a bunkhouse. And
I was gonna say that because you're always at work.
Bunkhouse.
So you be running into her a lot too.
Yeah.
I ran into Tony, a couple of times there, but also I play there sometimes. So it's I'm either there or just anytime that I'm really downtown, I probably just meet up at Commonwealth too.
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
That's always a spot. Usually, yeah, I haven't been to Commonwealth in at least 2 months. So I'm proud, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't been going out.
I'm good with the nightlife, man. I'm tired.
We're getting old, I'm 23 now. I'm getting old.
I just need peace.
Yeah, we're just gonna start
It's like the more, it's like
Peas.
the
I'll
older,
get you peas from the grocery store
Yeah, honestly, at this point, we're just gonna
since you're hungry.
the older I get, the more antisocial I am.
yeah, we're just gonna invite people
I'm
over instead of
happy
going
with
out. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I like about Vegas is that it's random as adventures. Like you never know where you'll end up. Like I remember one.
You end up in a dumpster.
I have yet to end up in a dumpster, but I'll end up in the randomest
ditch.
places. Like I'll go out. Sometimes I don't. It'll be like midnight, and then I'll just like. I remember like maybe like 2 weeks ago, a month ago. I don't know. Like all of a sudden, I was literally about to go to sleep. Like 2 minutes away from going to sleep. All of a sudden, Tony texts me like, "Hey, come out." Coming out in the studio, and then all of a sudden, like I come out and there's like 2 random ass girls, and then we're just like literally just hanging out, listening to music, and I'm just like, I was literally about to go to sleep, and I'm just like, I don't even know how the fuck I end up in these situations.
It's all random,
to be
man.
honest.
See, the thing is, the city is awake, and it's here for it, man.
That's the good thing about it, you know. Like you can never say I'm bored in Vegas.
If you say you're
Like, it's not
bored,
possible.
is because you're really not looking for anything, or you're really, I don't know. I just feel like I hear that all the time. Like, there's nothing to do here, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, there's so much to fucking do in Vegas.
I get bored sometimes here.
Yeah.
I get bored of the same things.
Okay,
really?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Like,
That's the thing. I'm like, okay, like downtown is the hub. You know, downtown is a spot
but you get
for
bored.
sure. I get bored.
You get bored.
Yeah. And I also get bored in my room, so I just like try to find other things, to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the randomest thing you end
Yeah.
up finding yourself doing? You're just like, damn, I'm really doing this right now.
I don't know. So many random things. I can't even really remember any random thing.
Like, we'll just.
You know what? Going back to that board thing, I think you're right. It's like how it should be said was, because I do get bored too.
He said, I do get bored.
I get bored.
But the thing is, it's people saying, "Oh, there's nothing to do in the city." See, that's when it's
Okay,
like,
yeah, there you go.
when
That's the
it's-
correct phrasing. You're
That's
right.
when it's like, yeah, no, there's plenty.
There's
to
like,
do in
yeah,
the
you
city.
can almost do everything here.
Yeah.
You could do everything here, for sure.
Yeah, but no, yeah, going back, I do get bored. Yeah, I ain't gonna
I
lie.
do get bored. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you make it. Like, there's so many opportunities out there, and if you really know, like I remember being in high school, like I really didn't go out. I didn't have much of a social life. I didn't do much of anything, and I remember not liking Vegas like at that point in time because I didn't even know Vegas. And all of a sudden, now that I get older, the more I start to love it. Honestly, I realize everything I need, everything I want is really here, for the most part, at least. And it's just like at the end of the day, like life is what you make it. You could be in the middle of nowhere and have the best time of your fucking life, and you could be surrounded by everything and just fucking hate it.
It could be really fun. Are you guys single?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's your life. I love it.
We honestly, I don't know. It's just like every time we talk about like getting in a relationship, or there'll be like girls that are here and there, and then we'll be seeing a few girls from time to time, and it's just like we'll have occasional talks of like, actually no, we haven't had too many talks of like she might be the one or she might be next, but it's like I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
it's tough.
I don't think about that much anymore. It's hard to put that expectation on those things, especially out here. It's hard to date everywhere. Trust me, the dating is hard.
Yeah.
But I've realized
It's like
that
getting
now.
a new job. all
And it's like
over
it's
again.
almost like it's easier then because we didn't know jack shit about like loving and all that stuff, and like our expectations were our standards were very low.
Yeah.
But now as you get older, kind of you get a sense of what you like, what you don't like anymore, because it's like people are kind of the same, like but I don't know. I kind of don't think of the one anymore. You still stay being a romantic, but
Yeah.
the fantasies of like, oh, my soulmate and all that's kind of faded from me.
That's
for me.
just starting to fade completely out the door right now. I feel like for me, the way I see life right now in relationships, I see as a moment in time. Like maybe this moment in time, I meet some girl and like all of a sudden like we're hanging out for 6 months or 2 months, 3 months a day. Like, I don't know, just enjoying those moments in time and not really worried about how long they last, but making sure that you enjoy them while they're there.
Absolutely. And that's another thing that I've learned recently. It's like, man, at this time that we're still young, at this point, like I said, you don't really know who you are till you're 30, and that's who you're going to be and stick with, that personality that you carry. And and same with other people, man. Like we mature in different stages. And so like you really, the best that you can do for yourself to simplify certain situations, especially in dating, is just to enjoy them the moment that they're there, because things could go, even with married couples, things could just change like that.
Yeah.
One person, well, the other person can leave you and shit like that. But it's like, like life will keep going, man. Trust me, it's just normal. It'll be okay, But dating is interesting. I'm reading a couple of books about like, with that like whole like being in a relationships things, because we're not really taught how to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
We're taught to go to school and learn about a certain thing, and we're expected to stay in a career for a long period of time. But when it comes to learning about love, we're expected to have the same thing, like to be with a partner for the rest of our life without really learning anything about it. Right. Like, and so that's why like dating often is good, because you're learning what you like, what you don't like, and about how you're and that's like the biggest mirror for self-growth and like for learning who you are, is like being with another person, because you really get to know what makes you tick.
Yeah.
That's right. I want to hear all about what you look for in somebody, what your preference is. But for that, we're gonna go to the audio only version. Especially because I feel like the cameras might die soon. But yeah, before we go, is there anything you want to let the people know?
Man, spread the love. Stay humble. Be safe out in these streets.
These streets are rough,
Yeah, and if you just want to follow the journey of what I have going on, then you can just find me on social media. And my handle is It's Meg Defantem. And that's all I want to let you know. And have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day, everybody.
Or night.
Yeah, whenever you're listening to this. But yeah, this is a Creative Hills podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we're gonna go to the audio only. But yeah, shout out to Meg for being an amazing guest. She was amazing.
Dude, thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Go follow her, stream her song, and just be ready for everything she has on the way. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna go audio only. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, and yeah, pretty much any streaming software there is. But yeah, go listen now. But take care, everybody. Bye.
Like I don't want her to be like,
she got to be a sugar mama.
She definitely got to be a sugar mama.
Actually, I am looking for a sugar mama.
Sign me up for that too. I won't be opposed.